Z Flip 3 was the most popular foldable phone in the market. Interesting title, isn't it? But without a serious competitor. For this reason, why should Samsung make a lot of changes on what it is selling and has no competition? This is the review of the best-selling foldable phone of the year, Galaxy Z Flip 4. Let's do it. The design is the most important part of this phone, which has not changed much compared to last year. When unfolded, the phone is only 6.9mm thick and weighs 187 grams, and the screen size is 6.7 inches. The phone is extremely comfortable due to its semi-flat frame, relatively lightweight, and 21:9 dimensions. The back panel is now protected by Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, and unlike the previous generation, it is matte and the hinges are shiny. The middle frame is made of armor aluminum, and it gives a premium feel overall and has high resistance. It also has the IPX8 standard from the previous generation, which is highly resistant to water, but no standard has been registered for it in terms of dust resistance. But the front panel is protected by plastic, and even a nail can damage it. And if you are not very careful, the device may not last long. Of course, the frame is slightly raised in the display area to at least protect it from falling. Another important problem is that the internal display is a slightly more fingerprint magnet than normal phones, and it is not easy to clean. The design of the back panel has not changed much, and only the outer screen has become bigger. Of course, it is still not possible to type with it, or turn on hotspot, or even calling instead of 3 favorite contacts. You know, why you limit something when you can? But for checking notifications and playing songs, and taking photos with the main camera and answering calls, optimizations have been made on it, and is useful overall. A very attractive change of Z Flip 4 is that on the Samsung website, the colors of both parts of the phone can be customized, which can be extremely attractive to the buyer. The structure of the hinge has changed, but of course you won't feel this change. And Z Flip 4, just like the previous generation, has a very high quality hinge that can easily placed at any angle. On the front panel, there is a flat screen and a selfie camera in the form of a punch hole. The edges of the screen have become narrower, and it may not be an important change at first glance, but you will really feel it. The dent in the middle of the screen has not changed compared to last year and is still annoying. Of course, you will forget it after a while, but it doesn't feel like a normal phone at all. In folded mode, no phone is as compact as this device. There is still a gap between the two parts, which is not a big problem, but it is not pleasant either. Apart from being compact, this folding provides you with other possibilities. For example, you can fold the phone in half and do different things in the two parts of the phone, or use the bottom part as a touchpad, or take a video of yourself without the need for a stand. By the way, apps like Instagram syncs well with these features. A strange feature is that you can shoot video like an old camera, which may be attractive at first glance, but after 2 minutes, you say, what am I doing? In general, I have to say about this form factor. How useful will these features be for you? How long is it interesting to open the phone? Yes, it is a special phone, but let me say my opinion. This is a normal phone which, beside having its own problems, and the fact that you have to unfold the phone every time to work with it, and that folding the screen is expensive, and a number of features have been sacrificed. Of course, many people like this form factor and its features are attractive to them, and they are looking for a new experience. For these people, Z Flip 4 definitely has a wonderful design. The Z Flip 4 display is flexible to X Dynamic AMOLED with Full HD Plus resolution and 426 ppi pixel density, which supports HDR10 Plus content. It has deep blacks and great contrast, but the white balance tends to be cold. It was not believable for me at first, but the colors are not very accurate in this display. The brightness of this device reaches 1000 nits, and there is no problem to see the content on sunny days on Z Flip 4. The refresh rate is 120Hz as usual, although it is not very dynamic and only changes between 60, 90 and 120Hz. The external display is also OLED, and unlike phones like Mi 11 Ultra, it has good quality. Like the previous generation, the Z Flip 4 capacitive fingerprint sensor is integrated with the power button, which I personally prefer this type of sensor, although it is not placed in a very convenient place in this phone and is too high. The camera of this phone is not going to surprise you. The Z Flip 4 has a 12 megapixels main lens and a 12 megapixels ultra-wide lens. The photos of the main lens show the details well, and the dynamic range is also good. The colors are a little vivid, but the image processing tries to make the photos more natural. In portrait photos, the subject is well separated from the background and the blurring of the background is natural. The photos in the night mode do not have much noise, the details increases, and the dynamic range of the photos is also acceptable. Just like the photos in daylight, the photos are a little vivid. Ultra-wide photos are close to the main lens, they have little noise, the detail in the center and corners of the image is not lost, and the dynamic range and contrast are also acceptable for this type of lens. With the main camera that has OIS, you can record 4K video at 60 frames per second. And with the selfie camera, you can record video at 30 frames per second, which I think will completely satisfy your needs. Also, you can take a selfie with the main camera. The Z Flip 4 selfie camera is 10 megapixels. Selfies have a very good dynamic range and detail, and the face processing is also done well. Like the previous generation, Z Flip 4 is powered by the latest Qualcomm chip, a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 and 8GB of LPDDR5 RAM. You won't have any problem in multitasking and the features that this form factor provides you, and it does heavy work easily and without lag. But even though the Plus version is more stable, this device heats up quickly in heavy use and the performance drop is also noticeable. Z Flip 4 memory is UFS 3.1 and is not expandable, and you can choose between 128, 256 or 512GB. This device comes with Android 12 and One UI 4.1 and has up to 4 years of software support. Of course, if it is last for 4 years. One UI 4.1 is a relatively heavy user interface, reliable and with customization capabilities and useful features. For example, you can completely customize the second screen to your liking. I mentioned the features that Flex Mode provides you earlier in the design section. What I have to add is that every year the applications become more and more compatible with Samsung foldable phones, so that these features can now be considered useful. For example, Instagram and Facebook are now compatible with Z Flip and Z Fold cameras in Flex Mode. This complete and efficient software has also made Samsung foldables still conveys a better feeling than other foldables, even with better form factor. And you can use the design features more, and of course you will experience less lag than other foldables. The Z Flip 3 battery was literally awful, but Z Flip 4 offers better performance due to its 3700 mAh battery and more optimized chip, so not like a normal phone. In this way, it can be charged in semi-heavy usage from morning to evening. There is no charger inside the box, and this generation supports 25-watt charger and it takes 70 minutes to fully charge. A very important problem is that overheating and a lot of charging cycles are battery killers, and the Z Flips have both. This happened in previous generations, and probably after 1 year, the battery of this phone will be annoying and need to be replaced, which is not an easy task, and in general, both in terms of resistance and battery, foldable phones are not a long-term choice. The speaker of this phone is a stereo and tuned by AKG. Considering the form factor, it does not produce a very loud sound, but its distortion is not annoying at high volume and it has very good sound separation. Let me be honest, I don't consider the Flip series to be an efficient series, at least for now. I said in the design section. How long will opening the phone be attractive to you? How useful will its features be for you? What important features did you miss instead? If you're looking for a very special and stylish phone and you want a new experience, Z Flip 4 is a very good choice. And according to Samsung's conditions in the foldable market, it also has been well upgraded. Mission passed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like it, and if you like my content, subscribe to my channel. Goodbye, see you next video.